Previously on the VoleMaulder Gamecast.
2026 aspiration, poop on the floor, grab the poop with my mouth, throw it at people, and then pee on the people. That's what I'm gonna be doing in 2026. If I see you on the street, I'll poop on the floor, pick the poop with my mouth, throw it at you, and then pee on you. Pee on you, pee on you, pee on you.
Poop on the floor. Fling the poop to the people with your mouth. Poop on the floor. Fling the poop to the people with your mouth. Then pee on the people. Pee on the people. Pee on the people. Pee on the people. What have the people done to deserve this?
The game we are talking about today proves how games have had their downfall, how the medium has peaked. We have proven, objectively, with our GOAT list, that it is superior to most games in existence, better than Metal Gear Solid 3, than Last of Us, than Half-Life 2, than Mass Effect, than Baldur's Gate 3, than Hollow Knight. We are talking about a masterpiece. An expression of the medium in its ultimate form, an artistic pinnacle of gameplay, story, voice acting, and music. Mozart? Blech! Get back on the bench. We have Alistair Lindsay. Daniel Day-Lewis? Get out of here. We have Kerry Shale. Dog's Life is where it's at. No remake because it cannot be surpassed. No influences because it cannot be matched. We have reached our absolute masterpiece. Hey, Vol.
Hey, Space Autarr.
We are finally here.
Indeed we are. I don't know what we've done to deserve this, but we are.
I know what the people have done to deserve this.
So, it is finally time to talk about something that has been indeed the pinnacle in our lives. But first, we've briefly mentioned this before. What's yours? Let's go a little bit over our personal story with this game. Like, what's our personal history? You mentioned this previously, that this has been significant in your life at some point.
It really has been significant. Dog's Life is what we're talking about, mentioned already. It has been a very significant game in my life, because when my mother was keeping me captive in the attic in a cage, and she gave me a PS2, she only gave me Dog's Life. And my personality kind of shaped around it. So as I grew up and eventually I got to, get out of the cage a couple of times, down from the attic. I played some other games like Ratchet & Clank 2 and everything, but Dog's Life is the only
So this
solace.
is after you got captured from the woods, not the woods, the sea. Are you a sea otter or a river otter?
I'm a Martian body of water otter.
Okay, right. So
Yeah.
This is after you came to Earth and you were captured by humans.
I'm just retconning everything that I've said so far.
Well, origin stories change depending on who's...
Orgy stories. This is a safe for work podcast. Vol, can you calm down there?
Well, this is also a 3+ game, but it has layers.
I think it's a 3+ game. Well, we can discuss the symbolisms around the game later on,
Mhm.
but I believe it's a 3+ game to ensure that everyone, all younger people and everything, can go into a truly revolutionary mindset that the game inspires.
Okay.
But I think before we go to that, I think we need to introduce what the game is and help everyone understand what the vibe is around this game. What?
Before we get into that, I want to go into a tangent that perhaps only I find amusing and fun. But
okay.
But maybe there's someone else out there. I have various microphones. a discerning listener may have noticed that different episodes have been recorded with different mics. I tend to try to not EQ them much, just to have their own character come through. So usually I either roll a die or I ask a friend, hey, pick the mic, call the mic for the next episode. And I was thinking for the GOAT series, I was going to use the SM58 because it's considered the GOAT microphone. And then I thought, okay, they're going to be, we're doing a series where we want to see how some of these games hold up. It would make sense perhaps to have a subtle hidden commentary on my opinion for these games by using a different mic for the games that I would call rams instead of goats. I'm also preparing a list that we will make public through a public link so people can follow our progress through this project and our verdicts as well, and also see which ones are in progress to cover, because some of the games that are really long and might take us months or years to play one that we'll be covering. So, goats that will remain goats, and the verdict will be named goats, and the ones that may have more mixed, we'll call them rams, as reevaluated as mixed.
Oh, nice. Did you come up with that by yourself?
Yes.
Wow, nice.
I'm a genius.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Also, can I say that your hidden commentary is not that hidden when you point it out?
It's not. Yeah, I suppose. It's less than obvious.
I just ruined it for you.
It's less than obvious commentary. It's subtle. So, our Silent Hill episode was recorded with the SM58. Today, I am recording, I don't know if anyone can tell, with a different mic. I'm recording with a Behringer, I don't know how to pronounce it, XM8500.
For the normies out there, the first one you said it's like S tier, this is like B tier or something, right?
This would be more like C tier.
Okay.
So Behringer allegedly copies a lot of designs from other companies and makes a very similar product that is actually quite decent and a lot cheaper.
Allegedly. Did we say allegedly?
This is my personal opinion. This microphone is a cheap copy of the SM58, or an attempt at it anyway. In my opinion, this is my review of it. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. Could be very well fake.
Any sewage that you throw at us, meaning like you suing us, this can go only to Vole, not to the podcast. I don't want my financial stability to be put in peril. I don't want the podcast financial stability to be put in peril, even though it has zero funds. So it's all involved.
I'm saying all this stuff, but
allegedly,
I'm recording on a Behringer microphone. I have a Behringer voice processor here.
He's allegedly recording on a Behringer microphone,
and you're recording on a Behringer audio interface. Although you have a Shure microphone, so you know you're in goat territory. You're in line.
I surely have a microphone. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. After this tangent,
which no one will find interesting.
It's okay. I have my own fun. Let's get into it. Your mother had locked you in a cage in the attic, and your punishment was to be given a PS2. Is that right?
Yes, that is the canon now.
I wish my parents punished me by giving me games consoles. That would have changed my life.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry you were just beaten up.
Yeah.
A trigger warning.
This reminds me of this joke that I sometimes make, or another friend of mine makes, that when we talk about old games and how there might have been character building because of how obtuse they were or what they demanded of the player, and we make this joke of, I'm gonna lock you in a basement and feed you only like stale bread until you finish this game without any guides.
Oh, I thought you were about to say how it's character building that, you know, our parents treated us like fucking shit. So we grew to be strong, independent men.
That is the stupid...
Which what I just said actually ties in very well with the symbolism behind this game, which is great. I don't know. I did not even plan this. So yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, organic critiquing here.
Yeah.
So, okay, you were saying...
What was I saying?
That it was the only game that your mother gave you with the PS2 when you were in a cage in the attic.
Allegedly. Mom, don't sue us. It is for comedy purposes.
Is your mom listening to this podcast?
I hope not. She'll go like, I paid for your degree. Is this what you're spending your time with? Yeah, I want to talk about farts. What do you want? I just want to talk about farts in a video game. Right. What is Dog's Life?
It's what we call a proto-animal simulator game.
A proto-animal simulator game.
Yeah, it was an animal simulator because before we go all inundated with animal simulator games. Or generally simulator games, right?
I mean, yes and no. Like, it then definitely does not follow the structure of any modern simulator game, meaning that it plays more like a collectathon, like closer to your Banjo-Kazooies or your Spyros, but like in the skin of like playing very much through the controls and vision like of a dog.
Yes, but it has some simulation and survival elements that I think set it apart from that crowd of video games at the time.
Light survival, because like as a game it does not have like real fail stage, let's say.
No. Basically you play a dog, right? It's in the name. Jake. You go around, do dog things. You sniff stuff, you pee on things, you fart and you poop, you dig, you pull stuff, you fetch stuff.
You solve puzzles.
Do you swim? You swim.
You swim, yeah.
Yeah, you chase birds. Birds shit on you. Don't tie them on a mast. That's not gonna work out very well for anyone. Or hang them around your neck. Don't do that either. So you do that stuff. So it's a little bit simulation-y in the sense that it gives you the chance to do what dogs do. There is an energy mechanic that if like you go around long enough, you start to become exhausted and you need to eat. I guess that's the only simulation thing. And then after you eat, and depending what you eat, you feel the need to relieve yourself.
Yeah, if you get to eat, not only you keep Jake healthy, but you also get the very fun ability to defecate, where you can like press a certain combination of buttons. If I remember correctly, it's left, right, down on the D-pad.
Mm-hmm.
And you make a little sausage turd, and you can pick it up, and you can just move it around with you, and just throw it at people. You can
you can pick up stuff and throw it at people, including your own poop.
Include your own poop.
In I suppose
feeding is a very key mechanic there, because Jake is not energetic unless you feed him. So and you can get food like from searching around. Like a place like tipping bins or shaking chickens and shaking cats. And they drop things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The cats drop treats. The chickens, I think, drop eggs.
Yeah. Or you can beg people for it. And people
they don't often give you stuff.
Not if you're dirty.
Oh. Is that
you wash yourself. Yeah, if you wash yourself, they give you stuff.
Okay. Right, yeah. So you said about the left, right, down. You learn moves throughout the game as well. You learn how to beg and how to pee and how to, there's multiple stuff that you learn from mostly other dogs. So the loop kinda is that there's different maps, and the maps are split into sub areas, and every sub area has a set of things to collect. A dog that you need to beat in some mini games, and when you part of that process, the dog will also teach you it's like a new move. And it it's a Simon Says thing. Dogs have different, no dogs. Yeah, the dogs have different unique abilities. So there's some problem or puzzle per area that you need to, when you beat the dog, you get to control the dog.
Yeah, not actually beat the dog, like you mean beat them in one of the games like tug of war or chase or peeing or digging.
And there's a race. And then you get to control the other dog. And the other dog can do something that Jake cannot do usually. I don't know, either run faster or jump higher.
Or swim
get
better,
into an
or
area.
walk on ice, or be liked by other characters more.
Yeah, there's that too, yes.
Or go into smaller spaces.
I didn't realize whether you were dirty or not was affecting. I was wondering what the hell was that with that, because you get dirty very easily. And here's one of my first criticisms for this game. The world is not as reactive to you as I would hope it would be. And you are not as reactive to the world in a way. Like you can swim, right? And you're dirty, but you go into the water and nothing changes.
Well, going in water doesn't mean you're gonna get all the mud caked on you off that easily. You're still dirty.
No, but I would expect something like in nature. That's how animals would wash themselves. They don't have salons to go into.
And I will give you a comeback when it comes to your reading there, because the world is less reactive to you and you're less reactive to the world, because the game is actually making commentary on how desensitized people are to strays and just how they treat them in general. I know it was an older time, and I think the sensibilities of people right now have changed, but back in the day, I think that it was a true environmentalist and animal welfare kind of movement to actually raise awareness about how people are treating dogs.
But Jake is not stray, is he?
According to the ones that see him just roaming around by himself, he's a stray. The runaway dog.
But he has a collar.
Thrown
he
away.
has his name initial hanging and everything.
There are many strays that have a collar and have been abandoned, man. Where is the sympathy that goes to dogs and cats when they're abandoned? And there's not much. People ignore them. People ignore you.
Enough.
Also, we're coming from a country that this is kind of more intensely shown as well, so it's even more possible for me to relate to this. So
there are some power dynamics in this game that are problematic in how they play out. I don't know if that's commentary or just video games, because there's two things that also bother me. You come across people and they have quests and you talk to them and they ask you to do something, right?
Yeah,
and then you do it. And they give you a bone. First of all, I have a bone to pick with this one. Are people going around having bones in their pockets? What the hell? I know. I was holding on to that for a while.
That is that does strike quite impressively when it comes to this game, but as with everything under this very metaphorical game, this comes as well with a metaphor, and it is that we people, we hide a lot of skeletons in our closets, and that is
sorry, I couldn't help myself.
I do not understand why you're reacting like this to my argument. I'm trying to make a genuine commentary on the game here, and you're just reacting like that. It's very disappointing, disrespectful, man. But in reality, we are think about all the history we have with dog breeding. Our main protagonist, Jake, lovable dog and everything. He has massive issues with his gut. He severe flatulence, which is key when it comes to dog breeding. How many dogs do you know that are purely bred? I think he's supposed to be a foxhound, but how many dogs do you know that are purely bred? Yeah, I think so. That have gut issues, constant diarrhea.
I have no idea actually what the gut situation with dogs is, or purebreds.
It's a key factor when it comes to inbreeding. you get your issues with bones, issues with your back and everything. Like, this is a game against dog breeding.
There's also different things. Okay, I have several bones to pick here. One is, are people going around like with bones in their pockets or their pants?
I explained what is there, okay. Yeah.
But second,
you laughed me off, but okay.
Second, okay, we covered that, but there's a second problem here. Bones are not good for dogs.
Again, this is not about people giving dogs a good thing. This is about how desensitized we are and how out of touch we are with the needs of an animal that is under our protection.
So they're having the dog do their business for them, and then they're giving the dog something that's harmful to the dog, basically, as a treat. But Jake is really excited to get all the bones, right?
Because dogs are conditioned to be that. They're faithful. We know the story of Argos.
Okay. The other problem I have with the power dynamics here is that when you go into a new area and you beat a dog at a minigame, or you pee all over the area, so that area is now yours, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then you control the dog, you have it do a job for you, and then you go and present the thing, like there's usually items that people have lost, and you need to bring them back to them. And you go and do it with another dog, and then Jake appears next to the dog when the dog brings the thing back. Human goes, oh, well done, and then gives the bone to Jake. Not to the dog that did the thing. No acknowledgement whatsoever.
Yeah, that's yet another really strong symbolism when it comes. But this is like, again, this is such a multifaceted game, because now this is about toxic masculinity and how we males mostly are made to compete with each other in stupid fucking like competitions.
Pissing contests.
Yeah, exactly. Literally pissing contest. Because the patriarchy tells us that we need to be strong. We face against each other. And the only real value that they place on us is those pissing contests between us. You can also be like chases, tug of war, races, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. It's like, as long as you show how strong you are gonna get all the credit. Doesn't matter if you are the actual skillful person behind it. That's how the patriarchy works, man. And also, you know what? I think this is also like a commentary on colonialism. We're literally like taking away the wealth of indigenous populations when we're entering their local land. We're acting as if we are the best and then like claim credit for us. Look, we found this land. And what does the indigenous population take? They take shit while they do all the effort. Well, they taught us back when Europeans invaded America, like, they taught us how to grow corn, how to grow tomatoes. What did we give them? Nothing.
Viruses and epidemics and
genocide
and exploitation and genocide. Yes.
And then we just remove them from all the media and representation that exists. That's why I'm saying that this game is like, it might look silly, but it's deep, man.
I was disappointed as well that you couldn't really do anything with the horse at the beginning. Like, it doesn't even acknowledge you. You pee on it, you poop in front of it, you throw poop on it, nothing.
That's just the limitation of the video games of the time, man. I don't
I suppose.
I mean, you cannot expect the world from these people. Look at what they've given you already. Like, this is already like so impressive, especially for the time.
I mean, it's a very small team. Like, if you look at the credits, roll so slowly.
Very slowly.
And there are not that many.
No, really, they're not. But, I mean, it takes... I appreciate that, like, we need to appraise those people for their work.
Yeah, no, look, I'm half joking there, because, like, when in a lot of games or films or whatever, like, the credits are so quickly that you can barely see who is doing what.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
What is the synopsis of the story? Let's say, like, what happens in the game. We're not going to spoil yet. We're going to spoil a bit later. But what is the story of the game?
There's a dog catcher, and the catches dogs, and your I don't know, love interest gets captured, and Jake goes after them, tries to stop them. So he get captured as well, but the idiots don't close the door of the truck very well, so his cage falls out, and he falls out, and the truck goes away, so you're on a quest to find Daisy and save her.
Yeah. While slowly going over like neighborhood by neighborhood or like map by map, completing some missions, collecting bones to have more bones, symbolism for the male parts, you know, bigger penis than the other
boner
dogs,
power,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. To slowly like go and claim a woman, because like it shows like the just disgusting kind of like mentality that we live in on an everyday basis. Yeah, and meanwhile you meet all these like colorful characters, let's say.
Yeah, there's the creepy grandpa.
Yeah, another toxic
by
masculinity
the way,
thing.
By the way, I streamed this game.
You did, yeah.
All the VODs should be up by now when you're listening to this. I should say that I had played this game ages ago, like kind of circling back to how we opened. I asked about your history, but I have a history with this game as well. I had played it back when it came out. I must have been 18 or 19 at the time. I remembered the game kind of fondly. Vaguely. I didn't remember details. I remembered the beginning. I remembered some of the stuff that you can do in this game. And I remembered, weirdly enough, the ski slope area. And I'll come back to it in a bit. And then I remembered the ending. I'm not going to say anything about the ending yet. So I remembered it fondly as that silly game I played back then. And I remember saying when I played Little Kitty Big City that I was hoping that there would be a Dog's Life-like game for cats, and that eventually came out, and we're happy, and we both said, this is kind of the Dog's Life for cats. I kind of want to take that back. Little Kitty is a lot better than this game, I think. But it's also a modern game, and I don't know if this is down to cats having different abilities, which lends itself to different kind of gameplay ideas and designs than dogs. Like, there's
it is held by the time.
It's held by the time for sure, but like one of the things that I found grating in this game is that the controls are very loose and very inaccurate, and it asks you to do platforming. So dogs are not good at platforming to begin with, naturally. They're clumsy as fuck. So the clumsy controls, maybe you can argue that this is realistic because dogs are clumsy and everything. But the fact that it requires you to do timed platforming as well, and some of it has, for whatever fucking reason, fixed cameras that change in such a way that I can only think that the reason you do that is to be a fucking dick and have you fail and have to redo it to pad the game out, which is a problem that this game has, in my opinion. Like, there's very few things you do. You repeat them in every area. Like, you collect the scents. The scents have different colors. They don't do anything interesting with the scents. There's this problem that I have generally with collectathons that don't have a lot of variety in that, all right, let's collect 50 pink scents to get a bone. And this happens in every fucking area. Now, you can ignore some of it because you can get enough bones to get to the end and finish the game without collecting all the scent bones. But if it's a collectathon, the collecting is part of the core part of the game. And that gets old very quickly. The mini games are also like, there's 5 mini games and you repeat them. They don't have any, like, there's different dogs and the different dogs have a unique ability. It would have been better, in my opinion, if the mini games reflected a little bit of that, like the specific skills or abilities of a different dog would come with a specific type of mini game for that dog. So it's kind of underutilized because it's usually, well, you do the same thing. You pee, or you dig, or you chase, or I don't know, you race, and that's it. And they last like for a minute or two. And you do them again and again and again, and then you control the other dog, and it's basically, okay, I go there and pick that thing up with not much else happening. Like, whereas something like Little Kitty had a lot more variety, I think, in its gameplay, which at some point I was thinking, is this just a difference between dog and cats? But then, as we were talking about it yesterday privately, you were saying, well, you were listing all the things that dogs do, and then you were like, well, that's what cats do as well. So it's not about cats are better than dogs or something like this.
No, and I would say also the game specifically like kind of hits against the whole dog versus cat kind of debate because it's silly. But at the same time, it is one of those games that kind of trades off the pleasantries or the pleasing parts of playing a game to make sure to give you more meat when it comes to themes and symbolisms. It is, admittedly, it's one of the rougher playing games that I love, but so is Dark Souls, and it also. I don't know why you're laughing, but it also trades a lot of the comfort of playing like a cozier video game to support further its themes and everything. The repetitiveness is part of what we said before. Like, it is repetitive to see like what men go around doing. The lack of interactivity is about, and how hard the game was actually. The difficulty when it comes to platforming is to show the frustrations of being a stray dog.
What about that ski slope side quest with the little girl making a snowman?
I think what the reward is, it's yet another bone.
Yeah.
No matter what these dogs, these living beings can do, they still do not gain enough empathy from us to give them something more substantial.
No, I don't mean about the reward. Like, this is, for anyone who hasn't watched the gameplay, you get up on a ski slope and there's a kid, there's a little girl, and there's two boys. The boys have made a snowman. The girl is like, they're in competition to make snowmen. And
against snowmen.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And the girl asks you to bring stuff to put on the snowman. So you need to roll the ball. You need to like roll the snow into a ball. Aye, fine. And then it's like, bring me some coal to put on the thing for eyes and buttons. And then you bring it, and it's like, bring me another coal. And then you do that. And you do that for like 6-7 times or what? And the fucking animation is so fucking slow. You approach, you drop it, she walks slowly to it, picks it up, walks slowly back, put it on the snowman, and then the same thing. And then she wants twigs, and then she wants a fucking carrot. And it's like, dude, you've patted this fucking thing out for like 20 minutes.
But remember, games like Indica and Mafia 2, that they give you like poignantly like tedious tasks to do to make a point based on the game. This is the same. It's just the game telling you like, look what these animals go through for us.
Well, joke's on her, because I brought her back some stuff, and then I'm like, well, fuck you, make your own snowman, and I left.
Yeah,
and I pooped,
that's
and
your
I threw
decision.
the poop on her. I think. I don't remember if I did that. I have done this in a few other occasions. There were some cop cars in this game.
Did you climb on them?
I would say it was a relief to see them and interact with them.
Because you relieved yourself on them?
Yes. No reaction. Nothing. There's a dog catcher, and he appears like Mr. X or something or Nemesis in the areas, and his dog chases you, and if you escape the dog, then they ignore you completely.
Yeah.
It's like you become invisible, or they give up. It's like, I can't take the humiliation of failing at this, so I'm just gonna ignore you now.
I think in the end he literally just, well, spoilers I guess, but he literally just quit his job because you escaped him again.
Yeah.
Like at the last...
He wants to go make a video game, apparently, so I don't know if this is...
Maybe the creator of the video game...
Do you think this is, do you think this is autobiographical?
Like a correction course of him understanding that maybe being a dog catcher was wrong.
Yeah, and he made this game
He made a video game to... That's a good point. You know, that wasn't in my notes, but I think that you're making a great point with this. Yeah. Could potentially be. If we can ever, like, you know, interview the creator of this game, that would be more than happy to learn about their past and what inspired them to write this.
Dude, the
It's
writing.
great
though.
stuff.
I want to talk a little bit about the writing.
Yeah, go ahead. It's fantastic.
As you're saying, it's a 3+. You think that's to make the game accessible to everyone, just to spread the message and the themes.
Yeah.
There are so many sexual innuendos in this game.
Yep. Yep, it's full of them. From the grandpa to like the radio show that Miss Peaches has is like filthy.
Yeah. And then there's that homophobic joke at the hotel or whatever the fuck it is, cafe, I don't know, with the guy playing the piano and you bring him, what are they called? Wigs. And then he plays some music based on the wig and then everyone throws tomatoes at him. That character was horrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I can defend that, but yeah, the game has. It was of its time, maybe a little bit later than its time, to be fair, and it had a lot of homophobic
2003.
and misogynistic jokes. But you know what? Casablanca had misogyny in it, and still considered a classic.
I'm just saying. Like, it's the most stereotypical.
Does not make it less great.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I was thinking it's one of those, like, you know, there's children's films and shows that have perhaps jokes and innuendos in that will hopefully fly over kids' heads, but is there just to keep the parents amused and less bored when they go with their kids to the cinema or something. I don't know if this is the same, but it was way too much, dude. Like the whole that radio show with Miss Peaches and the guy, like, I mean, I let it play out, and I'm like, is this gonna be a problem for YouTube?
It is vague enough to pass the moderation of YouTube, I think. But at the same time, I think it does pile on like more of its metaphors against the toxic masculinity. So, like, yeah, the people that support this kind of system will laugh at this, but people that question it will actually like sit down and be like, what was that there? You know? Because like think about like all the games that you do to collect more bones. Like in the end, like who really and I think we need to move on to this. Like who really benefits from all of this? Is it the alpha dog that wins all the bones? No, it's the butchers and it's the pet industry, the pet food industry that like gets to offload all their leftovers and their trash onto what actually is like a very important part of our lives.
What about though the fact that this game was full of advertising?
And that is one of the most genius things in the game. Because very subtly, it goes against it. So there is a brand featured in the European, apparently, version of the game.
Is it not in the US one?
According to the guy that joined your stream when you were playing it, apparently the US did not have the sponsor. So we do not have pedigree in the American one.
He was also saying that they had censored the creepy grandpa in the US version.
Yeah, which is also a shame because it's part of the whole, criticism. But you get pedigree snacks all over the game, right? You can find them on bins. People can give them to you. Cats drop them if you shake them for some reason.
Yeah, they're also collectibles when you do the races with other dogs and you need to eat because they're hovering everywhere and we'll get to the sound in a bit.
Fantastic sound design, by the way. But did you notice that occasionally a pedigree snack will give Jake the shits?
I noticed that occasionally you eat something and he gets the shits. I didn't notice whether this was pedigree snacks or eating other things.
It can also be pedigree snacks, which is a very subtle jab there. They got the money, similar to Freddy Got Fingered. They got the money and punched right back. It's subtle. It's pretty well hidden. Like, you have to eat a lot of snacks for this to happen to you. But it happened to me the first time I sat down and played this game again after like 20 years or so. It's there. And it goes back to the whole like anti-pet food industry. Like we don't care about what we give to these animals. And the creators of the game literally like got the sponsorship money, put pedigree everywhere, made the dog shit himself the moment he eats a pedigree snack. It's so punk.
So we'll come back to that after when we start talking about spoilers, but I want to talk a little bit about the sound.
Yeah, go for it.
The music is quite nice. Like surprisingly so.
Yeah, Alistair Lindsay is a definite like virtuoso. You can see like he has like a lot of influences like classic like rock and like some like more classical kind of like songs in general, and he has like a big actually career.
Really?
Yeah, he has made a lot of soundtracks.
Okay. Anyway, the soundtrack was great. Like there's the mini games, the minigame music is quite nice. There's a bounce to it. It's quite fun, and then there's some really mellow tracks as well. And there's in the menu as well. There's a bit of it has a little bit of a disturbing undertone in some of it, which I guess might fit what we're going to talk about in a bit. There's 3 big maps, right? The first one has an actual name. It's called Clarksville. It's something that seems, plausible for a place. Then we have Lake Minnewawa. And after the Lake Minnewawa, you go to the Boom City. And I'm thinking, did they just run out of ideas of what to name the places? What the fuck? Were these placeholders?
And this is something that is also like genius about the game. You have Clarksville. Simple, everything. It's the time of your life that you are still, let's say, not quite disillusioned. Everything seems normal. Minnewawa is when it symbolizes you becoming disillusioned with how the system works. Minnewawa itself, Minnewawa, it's a play on the soft whimpers of men suffering by the patriarchy.
Okay. Perhaps capitalism as well, because this is all like resorts up on the mountains, so it's kind of exploiting the natural wonders for profit.
Yeah. And it shows that like we do not need to compete with each other for this, but to unite against the pet food corpus. Boom City, like boom, like triumph. It shows like the uprising, the upcoming revolution against capitalism.
Might also have to do with economic boom, I suppose, as well. And
it could be, but I think it's more like a revolution of like the cannons against capitalism. And
either that, or it's like about explosive growth and the problems that come with it,
or explosive diarrhea.
That too. Anyway, when you get to Boom City, there's a square with some dude playing guitar, and he's lost his sheet music, and you bring it back to him, and he plays all the tracks from the game, or at least some of the tracks from the game. You can sit around and listen to them. That was nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was. Don't have anything to add there.
But then, the star of this game, what was his name again?
Kerry Shale.
This is the true star of this game, because this guy has voiced perhaps 90% of the characters and things in this game. He's the only
insane
voice credit that this game has.
Yeah. There are other people that have been that are uncredited.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I would say.
And it is the female character, or whoever was doing the female voices, who was uncredited. But anyway, this I think gives the game quite a Kung Pao vibe. That's the only way to do this game, in my opinion. If this game had like a star cast and everyone was like, I don't know, it had Troy Baker doing one dog and Nolan North being the other dog, and Laura Bailey for some... Laura Bailey? Is that her name?
That's her name. That's her name, yeah.
Or Bill Bailey playing the guitarist guy. I don't know. It wouldn't have had the same underdog vibe that this game has.
Yeah, and if you think about it, like especially when we're talking about the games of the time, I think it was a real kind of expression of like the frustration of voice actors at the time, because like it shows like how much range of voice acting talent is present in this spot. Yet all these actors usually were underhired, underrepresented. The game industry just tend to overlook voice actors back in the day.
The guy didn't love his axe. Oh, I love my axe. Yeah, the range is amazing in this game. The voice range. Yeah.
It's true talent, man. True talent.
I think also all the animal noises are made perhaps by the same guy. I don't know.
I think I did saw some dogs credited, some dog name credited somewhere, but I cannot attest to that. So I don't know.
Certainly the snack eating stuff is someone going into a microphone.
Yeah. Very cartoon kind of like eating sounds.
Yeah. I didn't like how the different music or voice acting kind of the transitions were too sharp. There was no fading in and out.
Yeah, you can also like some of the music tracks, you can occasionally see them like taking it a little while to start. Or you hear like a little bit of it playing and then it just starts properly. It is kind of like a grassroots kind of like production. It's not big in like, it's like watching an indie film, you know? You know, it's not quite as
So shall we go into spoilers?
Yeah, I think it's time to talk about, you know, the story and the ending and like, you know, everything that
because it
that
ties directly into what you're suggesting the themes are here. So spoilers now. There's dogs being kidnapped from the countryside by two idiots in a truck employed by Miss Peaches.
Two idiots in a truck that actually like dogs.
Well, one's allergic to them and the other one likes them, yes.
Yeah, he likes them but allergic to them and can't interact with them.
Yeah.
The Miss Peaches, the big capitalist, takes advantage of that and uses him to do her dirty deeds. And uses the idiocy
horrible
of the other
working
guy.
Conditions.
Yeah.
Like, not taking into account his allergies, yes. What you discover in your quest to find Daisy is that Miss Peaches is wanting clean dogs from the countryside, not dirty dogs from the city. To make so she has a cat food business and she's launching a new product, and what she wants the clean dogs for is to make cat food with them.
Yeah, literally turns the dogs into cat food.
Yeah. So you arrive at the where the dogs are being held. I forget what the name is now. Dog pound or
I would not recommend that.
The dog pound? Right, okay. I don't know. What currency do you prefer? No, if not dog pound. Is it dog dollar or dog euro or something?
Shilling.
All right. That is still a pound, though. A pound shilling. Let's move on. So you get there, and it's a huge, huge factory. That's the most fucking convoluted way to make anything. And Daisy is on a conveyor belt to go through get chopped and cooked and shit. And she doesn't hear you.
If I remember correctly, it was sliced, diced, and mashed, as Miss Peaches put it.
No, I think the start or the beginning was she was being cooked, though. That was the first thing. Or it looked like it was a cooking thing. Also, there was acid for some reason in the factory. Like giant tanks of acid.
Enzymes are used sometimes.
Okay. Anyway, she doesn't respond to you. You yell at her. She's just lying there, and she's not sedated or under anesthesia or anything like that. So I don't know why she doesn't respond. Because when you go and shut everything down, at that point, she goes, and gets up and leaves the conveyor belt as if it's nothing. I'm like, where the fuck were you sitting there not getting up? Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, the lack of reaction from Daisy in that moment, I think it's like an expression of panic and horror. You know, some people freeze. Dogs freeze as well when they are horrified. When she sees Jake finally, like she gets up and she goes because like she gets her courage back. But before, I think she's just shocked.
And then Miss Peaches appears.
Yeah.
With a shotgun.
In an epic ending, may I say.
Yeah. And Jake turns around and lets out the longest, stinkiest fart ever.
Mm-hmm.
And she gets overwhelmed and falls back into the food machine.
Yes, it passes out.
And she becomes food. Or she doesn't become food, she gets dressed up in a tin, in a can.
First. Then she gets...
Yeah, I guess. But which doesn't make sense because you first make the food and then you can it. But anyway, I'll let that slide. Also, why were there human-sized cans in that factory? That's another question.
That is a haunting little detail about what Miss Peaches was planning for the future.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
To feed humans to cats.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, think about it. Like, it's such a punk kind of like movement. Like, it's like John Waters for kids. It's like vile and gross. And it does not want to play by game rules. Like, the protagonist literally defeats the villain with a massive fart. A clear signal at the disregard of the pathetic argument of dogs versus cats, end of the pet food industry, end of capitalism. It literally tells to people, this is what capitalism deserves. Like, rise, brothers, rise, sisters, fart capitalists. It's inspiring.
And then there's a post-ending, not post-credit, post-ending kind of epilogue to tell us what's happened with everyone. And apparently the two idiots running the truck have now opened a...
dog grooming facility? A hypoallergenic dog grooming facility. And that's like, they're happy people away from the system of capitalism.
Mm-hmm. Worker-owned and everything.
Yeah, like, I find it inspiring. Like, I find that it's like literally like, it is a movement on itself, and it's like criminally underrepresented when it comes to discussion of like of revolutionary games media.
So what's your final verdict on this game?
I think it's actually like kind of like mediocre. Like, it's like really limited by its gameplay, and it's like clumsy and clunky and everything. But I guess I have some nostalgia for it, so I enjoyed my time. We would like to thank everyone that has helped us make this podcast come true. You know who you are. Thank you, Mirto, for the art. Thank you, Beppis, for being annoying.
And thank you, everyone, for listening to us.
Send us your emails at podcast@volemaudergames.com. See ya.